said I ain't rolling, mama seen this $100. Hope it's good enough to hold him. Rest in peace, Lil B. 2-4 stand up. Bitch, I'm the city, bitch. I do this shit for Tampa. Take it out of town, show them how we getting down. So I stay on the road.
Really, brother, you know nigga in this world did this shit. You really did this shit. And I remember when you was a little nigga. You did it, man.
They're away from a backside 7-eye. He's got to cross the face. Like I told you, they got to do their stunt at the end. So the backside 7, he has to come down. The cornerback, now he has contained. Yeah. He has to come right there. So for me, that was 100% cutback. Give me mine, let me either drop, step, and go, or open and stretch it and go, put it in my hand. And now I'm seeing the lanes develop because I'm pressing it. I might say, and test it. So now they got.
Hey, Fred, Saquon ain't worried about that shit.
You know, obviously, do like this.
Hey, Fred, Saquon ain't worried about that shit, man. That nigga knows how to run the ball.
Them niggas hate him. You know, we compliments into this shit. Them niggas hate him.
No, we ain't talking about running the ball.
You got to run the ball, man.
No, we're not talking about running the ball.
Did you not see the video from Penn State? They ain't doing red kickoffs, like they have punts, everything.
No, we're not talking about running the ball at all. He doesn't need no help running the ball at all.
Hold up. Limitless.
Hey, you know that boy.
Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up. Knowing me, I got the key. Only vision I can trust. Limitless. Niggas send me capping in it. I'm about to hear to witness it. Get my people feeling militant. Way I'm feeling, get me up. On the mission, get me up.
I mean, shoot, man. We're here. We're in the indoor in New York, or I guess Jersey, for the pivot. And for us, Saquon, man, you know, we've been talking for months about trying to get this to happen. It's an honor more than anything because we understand your time constraints. Also, like, we get it. You're in the biggest media market in the world. You're one of the most talented humans to ever play your position, and it's been adversity, right? You've had to pivot, and so we're excited to do this. For everybody who's watching, subscribe, whether it's YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Make sure you guys continue to support. We're so grateful. Before we start, I want to talk about the tragedy that happened in Texas, losing a coach due to a Little League football game. I think so many times in our culture, we focus on people being taken from us by others, by people that don't look like us. And, you know, you get so much flack, and it's like, what about black on black crime or whatever? First off, we're the only race that people say that about. Nobody says that about white on white crime, Asian on Asian.
Like a motherfucker. And it's only because in the hood, like just the stereotypes, like, bro, at a certain point, that shit get fucking boring. Like, don't y'all talk about some other shit, like some shit that actually has some substance to it instead of just saying however to freak out. Y'all just blabbing whatever the next man said or what your grandpa told you in like the segregated time. Like, y'all ain't just talking about whatever.
It's actually known you kill people who are in your proximity. But I want people to know we do care about our communities. We care about what happens to the people in our community, whether we're taking our own lives or somebody else's. And we need to stop the devaluing of our lives in our own community. So to Coach Mike and to his family, my condolences, our prayers and our blessings from Pivot. You know, Saquon, when we look at where you are, you know, I was telling the guys before we started, I met you, man, you were in college, right? And at the time, you're the best player in the country. And you were telling me, he's like, yeah, RC, shoot, all I had was Rutgers. You know what I mean? Like Rutgers was the only school I had before, you know, my senior year and all those things. When you think about where you've come from, man, what has that journey been like for you?
The journey's been fun. You know, at the end of the day, I'm blessed. I wake up, I play in the National Football League. I play for New York Football Giants. I'm living my dream. It's something that I wanted to do since I was 2-3 years old. I've been telling my parents, and you know, I've accomplished a little bit so far in my
Sure,
career,
buddy.
but I still got so much to go.
You moved around a lot.
You sure that was the right decision for you, Saquon? You see where you at right now, my boy. Don't say that. Don't do that. Cause shit, I think you might want to get that trade, my boy. But
Or seems like your parents made decisions to make you successful. Kind of speak on that, like your journey of becoming Saquon Barkley, because I heard that you moved to get out of a rougher place to go to a nicer area because that can make you more successful.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all about your opportunity. And my parents felt like that I'll have a better opportunity, not just for myself, for all my siblings. My parents felt like it would be a better opportunity for us as a family to get out of New York and come to Pennsylvania. And that decision is kind of really what changed my life. You know, the chances of you becoming, you know, high school football, well-known name, and going to a big college out of New York is not as high as in Pennsylvania. So they made a decision to move, not because of football, just for the family. They just thought it would be a way better place for us. And I try to take full advantage of that. And I know that I wouldn't be the man, the player, the person, the father I am today without my parents. And I'm really thankful for them.
We get bogged down, right, Saquon, in what we do for a living, because that's what people focus on. And you hit on something, and I wanted to get to it later, but you hit on something early, so I want to continue with that. Speak on being a father, though, right? Because we look at so much that everybody in the world is like, you got to be great on the field. You have to be this type of player. You have to be this type of leader. But in the end, it's about what type of man you are. And I've met your father. I met him at the opening here in Jersey, you know, years back. And I see the type of relationship that you guys have. Talk a little bit about who you are as a father to your baby.
Being a parent is everything, man. Especially, you know, you get caught up in wins and losses and how you're doing in your career. For me, it was like when I tore my knee and I came home and, you know, I got done with surgery and, you know, tears in my eyes. I'm just like, you know, like, why me? Like, why this happened to me? And my daughter comes up to me and gives me a kiss and put a Band-Aid on my brace. Like those moments, you know, that's when it was like I start really understanding that, like, you know, there's so much more to the game. Like, there's so much more. It's bigger than that. And being a father, honestly, I have another one away. So I'm gonna be a father of two. I don't know the gender yet. I'm not really want to say that's my decision, but you really can't argue with the lady that's carrying a baby. But so I got another one away, and it's everything. Being a dad is everything. And that's why I go so hard. I'm a big believer in that, like, you know, I want my kids to look back and be like, you know, my dad decided to do something, went hard at it, went 100%, gave it his all. And at the end of the day, you know, he was satisfied because he had the right mindset and the right work ethic. And that's something that I want to steal, you know, not only my kids, but my nieces and nephews. And, you know, any kid that comes up to me and asks me questions when they're like, oh, how do you become Saquon Barkley? Or, oh, how's this, how that? And that's my message to them. That's just what I want to instill into my kids, is work hard. Anything you want in this world is possible as long as you have the right mindset and the right work ethic. And that's kind of what was instilled in me from my parents, and what I'm trying to do as a father, and as I continue to grow and learn into that fatherhood.
We met your driver, Danny.
Oh, Lord.
And
I don't know how you get to work every day, bro.
he is so whatever you want to call it, right? Does he drive like that when your daughter's in the car?
No, he does not. He does not. He does not. Danny, he's a guy, if you need to get to any place and make sure you get on time, he's gonna get you there. But he knows when he's driving the players or he's driving any family members, you know, he knows when and where to be Danny and when not to be Danny Hasselblad. So he's a great dude. Not only just a driver, a great friend of mine too. So someone I can lean on and through the ups and downs.
You know, I have a daughter. You know, and I went through, like, the beginning of my career was much how yours is started, right? And
comment down below what kid you want. You want a boy or girl? I want a boy, but man, I don't know, man. Kids right now ain't it though, but nah, comment down below what kid you want.
I remember those days too. You know, she didn't put a Band-Aid on my brace or my cast, but she came in. You know, it just gives you a whole different outlook and perspective on things. You said that you question yourself. You know, you question why me? You know, and I know my grandmother used to always tell me, don't question God. Don't, you know, when did the why me stop? Like, I'm sure at some point it had to stop.
When did it stop? You know, I guess it stopped right when I started getting back into the rehab mindset, and then it happened again because, you know, I got hurt last year on like some fluke play. I ran like a slant, and, you know, I just took my eyes off the play, and I happened to step on someone's foot. And like that was another moment where I was just like, yo, like, what is going on? Like, frustration, and like obviously like in that moment, you know, you just want to break out, scream, cry, trying to hold your composure because you know cameras all in your face, like they're checking my ankle out. I got cameras all here and that, and like in that moment, like you're just frustrated. But like the why me stopped again, I guess you can say, once you start rehabbing again and once you start going, like you can't have that mindset. I do think it's beneficial to think on that, to have that come in, because you got to deal with the negatives. You know, you got to deal with the negatives before the positive come. So you have to have that, but at the same time, you got to push that away because adversity is going to come, and there's going to be more adversity that is going to happen in my life. I'm only 25 years old, so you know I don't even know what God has planned for me.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So there's going to be a lot more ups, and there's going to be some more downs. But like the why me stop when I get back into that mindset of grinding and getting back into playing the sport that I love. And you know, for me this year, the different mindset is, last year was the game was taken away from me, so I'm coming back. You know, I'm just thankful that I'm able to play the sport. Now this year, it's like the game was taken from me. Then I got hurt again. Now it's just like, you know what? Like, I'm just gonna work my butt off, and the rest gonna take care of itself. So I'm coming with a killer mindset, and I just want to go crazy.
Yeah.
The biggest movie of the year is now on digital.
Damn right.
It's an absolute blast from start to finish, and one of the greatest movies ever made.
Having any fun yet?
Top Gun Maverick.
I can tell you, it's just, you know, keep grinding. You know, nothing else, keep grinding. Block out the noise. Football is the most, you know, luckiest, unluckiest sport. You know, they value us on, you know, what we're doing, obviously, now, and also potential. You know, one of the greatest people to ever play our position is Bo Jackson. Yeah. You know, and the legend of Bo is still exists.
I don't know about that, my boy Fred. That's debatable, but we can speak on that, but I don't know about that.
This simply because what the potential of what he could have done, the potential of his talent, and also, you know, having amazing Nike deals back in the day. But I'm looking at Bo played 4 years, you completed 4 going on year 5. And, you know I'll probably get some pushback when I say this, because Bo also played baseball, but nobody ever called him soft. They said he had a career-ending injury, you know, and unfortunately, he was unlucky when that happened. But for the first 4 years of your career, statistically, your numbers are much greater. But there's a narrative out there, simply because you had an injury, you come back, then you got nicked again, you come back. That's just being unlucky. You know, I would rather be unlucky in that than to have my career be completely done at this moment, because you got a lot left in front of you. So I would simply say, continue to ignore the noise until somebody's in your shoes and in your driver's chair. You know, they're not gonna take you to where you want to go.
Yeah,
they can't take you there. So you're in a tough environment up here, right? And we were talking over there. And I said, people that say whether you're dancing or you're pitter-pattering your feet, you know, all of that's irrelevant, because you're the CEO when you're back there. You're totally in charge, and I'm sure the Giants believe in you. You know, and really it's just flipping that switch to say.
At this point, the Giants needs to believe in somebody, because they're fucking garbage. They're literally the shit of the NFC. And I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, but them niggas is garbo, shitty, shit for brains, caca.
Hey, I'm the same dude I was when I got Rookie of the Year. You know, so you have to make sure that mindset comes back.
That's what's crazy to me, though. Like, I think there's a lot of great backs in the league. You know what I mean? Sure. And I'm a big fan of it. Like, I believe, like, watching other guys, watching the film, like, but like, I just think it's so crazy how like everyone flipped the script so quick. Like the first 2 years of my career, like me personally, everyone has their opinion. I felt like I was the best running back in the NFL. Like everyone has their opinion, and I think there's some great backs. And then I hurt my knee, and then I got hurt again. And now it's like, well, how we talk about the dancing, or how we talk about this, and now the third. But it's like, I must was doing something right before. Like if, you know, I think not only myself would say that, I think it was an actual argument. Like who you can make a legit argument who the top 3 backs were my first year. And I feel like I was inside that conversation. For me, that's why it's like, it's just like, it's crazy. It was like, whoa, like everyone, how the tables just turned so crazy. Like it was like, I got hurt off of like a knee injury, like just random. Like I was making a routine play, it was a power play. I broke 2 tackles, safety was coming up. It was Eddie Jackson, and I was trying to throw him by, and I've done that play since I was 8 years old. And I just happened to tear my knee. And then last year, you know, I kind of was on a pitch count the first couple games. So it's hard to get your groove, especially coming back from knee injury. And then we played the Saints. We went in overtime. I made a couple big plays. Crazy. Yeah, I had a couple big plays. I looked like myself. And then like the next week, I had an amazing practice. I was like, I'm finna go crazy. And then I hurt my ankle on like a fluke play. And then it's like everyone just like got all these negative things to say. And like, you're human at the end of the day. Like I try my best not to really even focus or worry about that. But like I'm active on social media. Like I post stuff on social media. I go on social media. Like sometimes you go on, like I'll be scrolling, I see stuff about myself. I'm like, oh, like what the hell? Like, so to me, it's just like, that's where like, it taught me so much where it's like going back to being a father, being a kid, like having a kid. It's like, man, like what everybody's saying on the outside, like it really doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Like I come home to a wonderful family. I have amazing friends. No matter what, Jada's walking around that house with a smile on her face. And like, I know how special a player I am. And I know how special of career I'm going to have. And like, I'm just happy that like, you know, my mom always told me as a kid, like people gonna say positive and negative things about you no matter what. But I'm happy that like it showed. It was just like, all right, like people really love to kick you while you're down. And like, for me, that's why coming back, like, it's just like, I'm gonna do whatever I can do. And like, hey, if I get injured again this year, like I'm gonna put that energy out there, but that's football, that's life. Like if it's something that happens again, then shit, let it be. That's what happened. But like my mindset is like, just when I do come back and like, I do show the world like how special I am again, like everybody that flipped the script so crazy, like just stay on that side.
They won't.
You keeping receipts.
It's not even like keeping receipts. Like it is and it ain't, but like, it's so crazy. Like how you can go from everyone saying all these positive things about you. And then like, just like legit two plays just change everything. And like, everyone's like saying, it's like, oh, like you would think I never like learned how to play running back before. Like the other day, like going to where he was talking about people saying I'm dancing. Like I kind of came out and said like, I'm fed up with that. People try to sway it and say like, oh, because my coach came out and was like, oh, like I'm happy how Saquon's getting north and south. And like people were like, oh, well, your coach the one who said that. But like, no, I'm not. I wasn't saying I'm fed up with him saying that, because the question after him saying he's happy I'm getting north and south, like they're like, oh, is that something they have to focus on? Like, is that something that like you've been training on, working on, like getting north and south? And like, it's like kind of like a spit in my face. Like I haven't been playing this position for a long time. And like, by any means, like I'm nowhere where I need to be. Like I'm trying to catch the greats. Like I have all respect for all the greats. I have respect for him. Like as a kid, like I looked up.
No, respectfully, you can't rush greatness, bro. At the end of the day, bro, if you got to take that time to heal, you cannot rush that process. But shout out to Saquon, bro. He's really one of them guys that's just really sad that he's still injured, still going through what he's going through. But shout out to him.
All their stats, know all the stats. Like that's the stuff that I'm competing for, and like I'm not even close to that. But it's like damn. Like before I got hurt, it was like, oh, Saquon this, Saquon that. Now I got hurt. It's like I don't even know how to play running back. Like my style is irrelevant. It's like
your style is amazing.
It's funny because we all watch you at Penn State whooping ass, and then you come straight in the league and start whooping ass. But now you have some turmoil with injuries. Was like that was that bigger than the transition on the field, the transition off the field? Like, is that something that you're still working on?
Yeah.
Is that bigger? Was that bigger than?
That being said, we're gonna end it right there at 16:41. I hope y'all enjoyed that, bro. Sorry, I ain't trying to go out. I was gonna start posting clips in regards to on TikTok and shit like that. And my bad, I haven't been posting there. It's just like I said, been busy. But no excuse, I'm finna get it in. Thank you if you've been part of the stream. If not, it's okay. We're gonna run it up. Please like and subscribe, comment, follow all the pages from FLAWIDATV, and let's go. Let's run it up. Let's run it up.
You did it, nigga. You did it, nigga. I'm proud of you, man. I'm really proud of you, man. I'm just really proud of you. You little niggas as well did this shit. You really did this shit. And I remember when you was a little nigga. You did it, man.
Nick probably mad I ain't wrote him. I'ma send his $100. Hope it's good enough to hold him. Rest in peace, Lil B. 2-4 stand up. Bitch, I'm the city. Bitch, I do this shit for Tampa. Take it out of town, show them how we getting down. So I stay on the road.